to this month's Be in Brunswick, and you're in for an awesome treat. We're at the Swamp Park, and we're going to be talking with George. This one, you might even see zip line later, but I'm going to stay on the ground.
We are super excited to show y'all the new ATV tour that the Swamp Park is now going to be offering this month, starting this month. We're also going to get on the water and show you the tour there. We're going to check out the zip line. We're going to show you the adventure park. George is going to take us through this place and show you all everything that the Swamp Park has to offer. So in just a few minutes, we're going to get inside and we're going to get on the boat and see some gators.
And as always, thank you to our sponsors, ATMC, Dane Delane Salon Studios, and Surf Unlimited. I hear the ATV, let's go.
Hey, George.
Welcome, folks. How are we doing today?
We are good. It's so good to see you.
It is good to see the both of you. Well, we're going to go on a really cool tour. And it's basically going to be a tour where we're going to explain all the nice wildlife out here. We're going to do it on this boat, so I'm going to help you guys in to get situated, and then we're out of here, okay?
Sounds good. All right.
All right, if you'll do me a favor, just step on the seat first.
Okay.
I'm going to grab your hand and then down toward me. There we go. And onto the seat first, and down toward me. There we go, perfect.
Right,
I'm going to get us untied, folks, and then we're out of here.
So we're here with George on the Eco Boat Tour at the Swamp Park. And George, tell us a little bit about this tour and what people can expect to see.
Well, you know, this is really kind of the core of who we are as a business. So this tour does a great job of explaining the importance of the wetlands to the eastern part of North Carolina. And the wetlands are important everywhere, but we speak to obviously how they are here in eastern North Carolina. So the wetlands are the way that we do not flood. Everyone's like, oh, how'd you guys fare in the hurricane? We did perfectly fine, and here's why. All that water rushes right into here. And when it does, certainly the water level raises significantly. And as it does, it nice and easy kind of works its way out into the intercoastal and then into the ocean. So this is all fresh water here. Every bit of it's fresh water, not brackish water. And it's not salt water, and it's not tidal. We're far enough up that it's not tidal. So it all works its way down. These trees do an amazing job at filtering the water. And this is a tour where we take people out and get them to see all the beautiful wildlife that exists in this ecosystem, which is really cool.
That is neat. I know that we're going to see a lot of birds. I think you mentioned that you get to see a lot of different types of birds out here.
Yes, so here's the thing. We always mention this is super important. Wildlife is wildlife. We don't coax, feed, or alter the wildlife out here at all. And so, therefore, we don't ever know what we're going to see. So the importance of being on this tour is being in the ecosystem itself, and us doing a really good job of explaining this area and the importance of it. And when we're out here, if we get to see really cool living stuff, then that's the bonus. So we could see birds, wood storks, great blue herons. We have all kinds of pileated woodpeckers. If you take a look around, you see these big holes in all the trees. That's from the pileated woodpecker. If you take a look at this tree right here that's been all pecked on.
Oh.
Like the woodpecker golden corral there, right? They're just going nuts. So dead tree means full of bugs, lots of food. So the woodpeckers absolutely love those kinds of scenarios. And just the architecture out here, the natural architecture is so amazing simply because it's always changing. So here's a good example. Last Friday, it did a really, really big rain. So this whole thing rose up 30 inches, which meant that everything changed, right? Where the snakes were mating, because they're in mating season right now, where everything was hanging out. Speaking of which, take a look right here. See them? See the snake? Right there on the branch?
Yes.
See him?
Hanging out.
Oh, yes.
A couple of them.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Now, you were mentioning, that the reason that you've got such great water here, of course, from the storms, but that the beavers have built a dam down.
Yes, the beavers built a big dam on the other side of the bridge some years ago, and that beaver dam is why we have all of this water. And if we make it up there, we are going to see the beaver den where those beavers live.
Oh, wow.
They live here on property.
Now, is it ever too shallow for you to run the tour?
There are some times, absolutely. So as we all know, in certain times in August, it can or cannot drought out on us. Last year it did not. The year before it most certainly did. And so we are always looking at the water level to either one, make sure that it's not too high so it's too fast, or not too low that where we get stuck.
About how long is this tour?
Excuse me. So this is typically a 50-minute, 50-minute tour. And it's just a real, as you can feel, a real nice, slow tour. There's no age limits. Kids under 4 are free. We know that 4-year-olds have a tough time engaging sometimes, so it's not quite worth it for them. So we do kids age 4 and under. We get a lot of folks out here that are birders. A lot of folks out here that are photographers. They just want to get out here and capture the life that's out
It's
here.
beautiful.
With so many things. You know, if you take a good listen real quick, you can just hear the whole place come alive. Osprey.
About how many bird species do you think live in this?
Oh Lord.
Swamp
You know,
park.
here's the thing. I think that we probably have well over 20 species, but it always comes and goes. A good example of that is there are times of the year when we get tons of wood storks, and they will perch up in the trees, and then in the shallows, which you see over here, in the shallows is where they get all the crawfish and the sunfish and all the small fish that they love to eat. And so they'll be in there feeding, but they come and go. And as you know, wood storks are huge, gorgeous
Yeah, they're
birds.
beautiful. So we're kind of taking the slow and easy way into the swamp park in terms of all the different things that you guys offer. So I know we're on the swamp park tour here, but you guys have so much more here. You have your canopy tours.
We do. So this is, and this I laugh because so many folks don't know. There's another one right there. See up in the tree? Sorry to interrupt.
That's okay. We want to see.
What are we looking for?
The snake right there, right up on top. See him curve
Oh,
around?
he is. He's curled right up.
Yep.
Gosh, you have a good eye.
All your tour, you always have a tour guide and they're always talking
We
about
do.
the area, so they
You know,
really need to
I know
have
we were
that.
talking about the canopy tour, but to go back just real quick. So we are so blessed here, and we're so blessed because we get folks from across the board to work here. We have people that are in the master's program. We have a girl working for us right now. It's taking a summer break. She's in the doctoral program to be a physician. The girl specifically who does this tour is amazing. And she's so passionate about what she does, and she has a degree specifically in the outdoors and the outdoor industry and ecology. And so she gets to come out here and live her passion. And so we're so blessed to get some amazing folks. And yes, we do always have a tour guide, not just for the boat tour. Everything we do has a tour guide. And that's so important because it gives a level of security to you to know that we are there to assist you in any way, shape, or form. The canopy tour is the largest and longest canopy tour on the eastern seaboard.
Now, is this
Wow.
part of it right here?
It is. So what we're going by right now is the swamp portion, part of the swamp portion of that canopy tour. So you zip through the swamp. There's only a couple of tours in the world that zip through a swamp, and this is one of them.
And how long does that tour take?
It is a 2.5-hour fully guided tour. It has 10 zip lines and 3 bridges, multiple lines over 1,000 feet, which is unheard of this close to
Right.
the coast. So it's just absolutely beautiful. So we, as you can see, we are built in these 100-year-old bald cypress trees. Everything done by hand, nothing done by machinery. A lot of work has gone into it. Our tour guides are fantastic. We're super, super stoked about what we have. And what you see from the canopy tour once you get in here is the bird's eye view of what we're seeing right now. So this is the beaver den. This is what we call the beaver monstrosity or the beaver apartment complex. This thing is huge. Just as much below water as you see above water.
Wow.
Beavers are what we call semi-nocturnal or crepuscular.
What does that mean?
Crepuscular, how do you like that? So that means active at dusk or dawn.
Okay.
So we
Like
probably
those-
won't see one
those
today.
off times. So no, typically, oh no, it's too pretty out. Sometimes on an overcast day, you'll see them poke their heads out, but that doesn't happen often. So I want you to take a look at the ends. You can see the ends, how they're kind of chewed off and how they do their job. And then know that these guys, beavers, one, are the largest rodent in North America. It's pretty interesting. And then the next thing is that they're vegetarians. So they're not just building their den with all of this. They eat this wood as well. And it is what they build their dams with.
So aside from the two things that we've already talked about, when we were walking down here, we got to see some of the gators that you have here. So you guys are a private sanctuary, the only one in North Carolina?
The only privately owned rescue sanctuary for alligators in North Carolina, yes ma'am. So you know, what's interesting is North Carolina Wildlife, we have an amazing relationship with them, so thankful for that. They will come across an alligator that is deemed a nuisance. So how they deem that is very important. A lot of folks that live around here, they have an alligator in a pond and they'll say, hey, can you come get our alligator? But it doesn't quite work like that because they live here too. We have to live with them and coexist. The only time that becomes an issue is when they start to get too comfortable with humans. And the only one that can make that determination is a biologist from North Carolina Wildlife. And they will come in and make that determination. And if they do in fact make that determination, then they have a choice. They can either, one, take it someplace else or transport it someplace else, or two, they deem that it is an absolute nuisance. It cannot go into the wild. It has to go into captivity. And that is one of the reasons why we would receive an alligator. The other reason we would receive an alligator, and this has happened many times, is if that alligator was previously in captivity.
Oh, wow.
So we've had lots of reasons why alligators come to us. One was being sold on Facebook.
Oh my gosh.
Very illegal. And so we get these guys, and then we have an area for them to live out their lives. So that's important.
So are your alligators from local? Are they locally from here then? Are they?
They're from all over North Carolina. From all over. We've had, actually, we just got two in from out of state, up in New York, that were being held captive. And the wildlife folks up there removed them. And then we were able to get them in and take care of them as well. But most of them come from North Carolina itself.
And you have 17 right now.
We have 17, yes.
Now,
ma'am.
is that including the little one?
Yes,
Yeah, I want to hear about Max, but I know that we're going to head in so that we can show off something brand new that you guys have, which is your ATV tours. We are going to get on these ATVs and show you a bit of the tour. George is going to guide us on that in just a few minutes. We'll be right back.
Well, when I became the AD, this was something that I had really wanted to start. Probably at that time I didn't really realize how much work that it was going to take. We really wanted to recognize our athletes that had been successful here, and then once you start recognizing athletes, you definitely wanted to recognize, the people that helped. It could have been supporters, principals, coaches, community members, because there are a lot of people that go into making your athletic programs, successful.
I was not expecting that. What I did for the children was a pleasure to me. I didn't think I ever, when I retired in '98, I would see, it was a blessing to see some of them right on to today that would say good things about how they fared at West Brunswick with the little things I slipped and give them extra bread, extra fries or whatnot. And that was a blessing to me, right there. I not ever think about this.
Jimmy called me up on the phone and told me and congratulated me, and it's kind of a surreal moment. At my age, I have kind of a unique perspective on West Brunswick sports because the school started in the early '70s. And I was, I remember 6, 7, 8, 9 years old going to see them play. So I've pretty much seen everyone that's ever played from there through the '90s and the 2000s, and there have been some amazing players, and so it's quite an honor.
Our initial thought was to do 5 per year, but once we got to looking at the numerous nominations that we had, we knew that 5 would not work. So talking to some other people that had started it, they said, why don't you do a big class the first year and then kind of go from there. So that's kind of that was our idea, and so we decided to do it that way. when we kind of started thinking about this program, we needed financial help. And we reached out to some people, and ATMC was just fabulous with what they did, and their donation allowed us to start the event. I mean, without their help, the Hall of Fame would not be. So that was something that we're very appreciative, and we hope we can be partners for years to come.
We are back at the Swamp Park, about to embark on the ATV tour. This is something new that the Swamp Park is adding to their repertoire of amazing adventure things that they've got going on here. George, tell us what we're going to be doing.
So we are going to all be going on an hour-and-a-half tour. We're going to be going through the forest. We're going to be down by the river. We're going to be going through mud. We're going to be having ATV fun.
I'm so excited. So let's check it out, everybody. Follow along.
So we had an amazing time.
You survived!
It was awesome. So tell us, we just came off of the ATV tours. So why don't you give the audience a little inside information about what we went through?
Yep, absolutely. So, you know, again, this is just a beautiful tour, hour-and-a-half to 2-hour tour, probably about an hour and a half or so. Takes you through some amazing trails, down by the river, through the mud, through the pines, across a really nice pond. The whole back half of the course even gets muddier. It's just absolutely beautiful. 16 years old with a valid driver's license to drive and up. We're thinking down to age 8 for the rider. All that information, of course, will be on the Facebook page. All that information will be on swamppark.com as we're really amping it up here. May 1st is the goal, I hope. We're trying super, super hard. So please stay connected. Facebook is the best way for me to get everyone information for free. So please like our Facebook page. We do a good job with it. That'll have all the information, but we're stoked. We're glad that you guys had a good time.
It was amazing. I really enjoyed it. In fact, I was like, I think I might have to get me one of these. It was awesome. But a little bit, we did some footage in there about the adventure course.
Yes.
What's it exactly called? The adventure?
It is called the Aerial Adventure Park.
And it was really nice. So can you tell us, like, how old you have to be to go in there?
Yeah, absolutely. Minimum age 4, maximum 265 pounds. There's no maximum age, of course. So it is a 3-tier, 7-lane, 53 obstacle aerial park that is on continuous belay. What does that mean? No clipping and unclipping. No, what in the world am I supposed to do with this gear, right? You just loop it on. We've got guides up on the tower for you. You go around, you come back, and then you're right back there on the tower again. The red course is super hard. We've had tons of people, adults up there that have a hard time but good time. So it is a really, really good challenge for folks.
Now, when you get kids in there, is there how long can they stay?
Sure, each ticket lasts for 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
Every ticket to do anything out here also includes the walking trail and the alligator sanctuary. If you choose to do that separate, if you do nothing else out here but go on the hiking trail and go check out the alligators, to help us pay for the alligator food, it's just $10 and a free bag of food.
That's nice. I saw, you know, when we were back there, and you've got some nice chairs up here in the front and chairs, so, you know, the parents can sit back and kind of watch their kids.
That's what this is. You know, the big thing is that we don't charge for people to come in. If you want to come on the back porch, you're with your grandkids, and you want to come and just kind of sit and listen to music, read a book. We've got free Wi-Fi. Just come and relax and enjoy and watch them have a blast.
You have a nice picnic. I'm sorry. You have a nice picnic area here, but you don't serve food, so people can bring a picnic.
We tell folks, bring a picnic lunch. We're absolutely fine with that. We don't sell food, so you can bring a picnic lunch. That is also a great place for school groups. We do lots of school group stuff. So we've had all kinds of New Hanover County schools, Brunswick County schools, Horry County schools come out for our school group program. So definitely check that out.
Tell us about Max, please.
Oh, Max, are you kidding me? Max is the baby alligator. Max is super cute. Max is a girl, not a boy. And the girl who had this alligator, so this alligator was found in a pond at somebody's place. The wildlife had to remove it. And when they did, the wildlife folks were there with the little girl. The little girl was all bent out of shape, of course. And so she had named this little baby alligator Max and had asked that its name stay Max. And we, of course, are absolutely keeping her name Max. So she's here. She's in our little gator pen in between the two sanctuaries. So come check out Max. She's waiting here for you to see.
The Cypress Zip Line Tour.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it an hour, 2 hours? How long?
It is, first of all, this is what's amazing. It is the largest and longest canopy tour on the eastern seaboard. It is 10 zip lines, 3 bridges, 2.5 hours long, takes you across 65 acres, over 6,600 feet of zip lining.
Wow.
Here, right here, the beach is 3 miles away. That's insanity. So we're able to gain our topography with towers on the first half of the course. The whole back half of the course, we are beautifully built in the 100-year-old bald cypress trees, and you're zipping through the swamp. As you guys saw on the boat tour,
cool.
There's all kinds of amazing wildlife out there for you to see. Just absolutely gorgeous. So yes, it's a fully guided tour. You have 2 guides the entire time. The guides handle all of your equipment. So risk management is the biggest thing here. We want you to feel safe. We want your kids to feel safe so that we can provide you the best product and you can have the most fun.
Now your hours?
Hours right now are Wednesday through Sunday, 9 to 5-ish. If we're super slammed, obviously we're going to stay open.
Yeah.
And then right after Memorial Day, 7 days a week, we blow wide open through the summer.
Yeah. And I noticed, going back to the canopy tour, so I know you started this big tower and you kind of give everybody, maybe they haven't done it before, they take kind of that leap of faith, right? They do that one shot over to the first tower and that's where they can zip back if they decide that this isn't for them, right? So you have an opportunity for people to get off because that's a long tour.
Yep, so a couple of things. So the canopy tour, the zip line canopy tour, you go through ground school, okay? That's where you're learning how to brake. You're learning about your gear. That happens on the ground.
Okay.
From there, you're going up and you're doing the first 2 lines. Those first 2 lines, once you have done that, yes, this is the only tower with stairs down to the bottom, but the important thing to remember is there are no refunds. So know that once you have committed to this, it is very, very important that you are at least 70 pounds and 10 years old, that you are definitely not over 250 pounds. We do weigh everybody and we are super strict about that.
Yeah.
And that you understand that there are no refunds. Once you're up there, you're up there. You're welcome to come down, but there are no refunds. That's important.
The walking tour, we didn't get to go on that today because we just have, you guys have so much here and there's
It's been an evolution, hasn't it? It's been crazy.
But that's your only non-guided piece of this.
It is. It's a self-guided tour. Yep, half mile out, half mile back, all a raised walkway right along the swamp. If you've done the boat tour before, as you go up the boat tour in this time of year, there's almost like this blanket of green between that part of the swamp and the hiking trail. This gets you on the other side of that, where those birds like to get in there and eat the crawfish and eat the sunfish, and the turtles are over there. And so it's a really pretty tour to just kind of walk out, enjoy, and then you get to see the alligators as well in their sanctuary.
And you can feed the turtles on that walking tour?
You can, yep, we sell turtle food. Again, if you have purchased a ticket just for the walking trail and the alligator sanctuary, it's just $10, and then we give you a free bag of food.
So what else is there that you want to tell us about? I know you get the cornhole boards. I mean, you really have an experience set up for anybody that's coming through here.
We try that. We're always open to new information. We always want to hear what people want. So please give us feedback all the time. We are ever growing. You will see some more stuff coming up. Hush hush that I'm not going to talk about. So there's a lot of things that we are working to expand the business, okay?
And you got a great little gift shop in there.
We
so
do,
everybody can purchase a cap or a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Or some alligators.
You haven't done it until you got the t-shirt. Come on.
Listen, George, we so appreciate you giving us, I know you're already busy here already.
We are,
and,
yes, ma'am.
taking us around, letting us check out the ATV tours right before they're dropping. So May 1st, everybody, the day that this is dropping.
And could you tell
gotta sign
everybody
up for
your
that.
telephone number so they can make reservations?
910-687-61 910-687-6100. Geez, do I know my phone number?
Facebook?
www.swamppark.com. You can reserve online. Hit that book now button. That makes it easiest for everybody. Facebook, please. You guys are amazing. Thank you
We
so
had
much.
an awesome time.
Get your butts out here. Get outdoor and have fun.
The students before this program didn't understand what journalism or responsible journalism was and how important it is to society right now. And being in this class and being partnered with major names like ATMC and PBS and UNC-TV, they understand that what they're doing is so critical and so important, really to ensuring that responsible journalism. And they've gotten to this place now where not only do they see the importance in it, but they want to do their very, very best. This is a STEM-based reporting labs for PBS and UNC-TV out of Chapel Hill. So these students are not only, working towards their future careers, but they're already working with major news organizations, major journalism organizations, and every year we're adding to that and making sure that these students know that they have these opportunities for scholarships, for college, and for career advancement as soon as they graduate out of these classes. The grant that I applied for was specifically for lighting equipment. We didn't have any lighting at the time, so the students were having to work with a lot of natural light and creating light with different shades. So now we actually have professional grade lighting in our soon-to-be studio. ATMC is such a huge benefit to this community. I know myself and several other teachers that have applied for grants and received grants and funding from them, and it means so much because it's a co-op, so they're really for the community, they're providing back to their community, and it's just, to me, it shows how great it is to be down here in Brunswick County and to be linked up with someone like ATMC. We just really appreciate having them donate and really see our vision and try to help bring that to light in the classroom.
All the way to the box here.
So how was it?
That was incredible.
So, like I said, I would keep my feet on the ground. She's the daredevil. She's gonna do
All the fun stuff.
yeah.
This has been an awesome show here at the Swamp Park. We hope you tune in next month to see what's coming up next. Special thanks to Dane DeLane Studio, Surf Unlimited, and of course ATMC TV. Heather, did we have a good time today?
It was awesome. It was totally amazing.
All right,
Loved it.
we'll see you next month.
First of all, I do want to thank ATMC for being so involved in the community, and especially that you have some in leadership that understand FFA and all that it can provide for our students. And I know from when I have gotten awards, being there and having some of the gentlemen that's up talking tell about their experiences, 50 years ago in the FFA and what they learned from it, and so they understand what you can get out of the FFA. It's really nice, like this one, to get the jackets. We have kids that can't afford that jacket, and so that would mean that they couldn't do certain competitions or compete in certain areas. And by providing this bundle of jackets that we're going to be able to get, we're going to have the jackets on hand so that if we have a student in that situation, we'll be able to loan them a jacket so that they can go do this competition. So it means a lot to us that ATMC is so community friendly.
Some people come here for the beach, some of us are raised here, and I think the best thing about being around here in North Carolina is that in the FFA is that we have all the farms and stuff like that, so we get a lot of hands-on experience.